So the boys finale was 3 days ago, and I had some time to think on it. And the entire season was just a sacrifice for Vought Rising. I don't even know how I still had the screen up. But yeah, the entire season was just power scale inconsistencies and of just the Vought Rising advertisement, you know? And the part that sucks is that Soldier Boy's entire purpose was to, well, damn, nothing. Just to talk about people he's had sex with in 1956 and who he screwed in threesomes in 1961, and I don't know, be a flip flopper between I want to end Homelander. I'm gonna work against Homelander to get rid of him. It would probably not give him the V1. I'll find Bombsight, and then I'll have Bombsight give me the V1, not give him the V1, or I'll help Butcher and his team get the V1 before Homelander gets to it. But nope. Out of nowhere, he says is what Clara would have wanted, and then he gave Homelander the V1. But the part that makes no sense is that he says is what Clara would have wanted. But then the dude literally said after he was unfrozen and brought to a hotel by Huey and someone else. I think it was Huey and Butcher or Huey or MM or something like that way back in season 3. He said that, yeah, I loved Countess and I wanted to have kids with her. So not only did you. Now, of course, you know, the logic could be, you know, he's over 100 years old. He could love two people. But the thing is that he's never, ever mentioned Clara. He's only started mentioning Clara once season 5 started. He was crazy about Countess. He even, you know, after he was betrayed by the rest of his original team in the 80s, you know, after he was unfrozen, he blew her up in the trailer. So I'm not understanding how he cares about what Clara would have wanted. But, you know, he's talking about, yeah, I want a kids with her. Now I've got nothing. I'm just, you know, it's weird to me. But let's talk about Starlight for a second. Starlight had no idea that the deep made enemies with the ocean. She had no idea that the deep was going to get murked and bodied and slimed out as soon as he touched the water. So she knows that the deep's powerful, yes, and the deep is powerful. You know, people are like, the deep's not powerful. Yes, he is. The deep is powerful. So I'm not sure why she would just why she'd use these two hands of hers and blast them into the ocean. But yet, she had no idea that Samuel L. Jackson, Hammerhead, whatever the hell, Xander, said, "We will end you if you come up to this ocean, punk ass." Makes no sense. I'm not understanding. She didn't know that she didn't know that the deep was banned from the ocean because he was going to get bodied if he entered the water. So why would she blast him into the water if she didn't know that he was ops with the entire ocean? Because of what Black Noir did. Makes zero sense to me. It makes zero sense to me. Another thing that makes zero sense. What was the point of bringing in Jordan and Marie? Because they did nothing to them, and then they had them just move to Canada with the people they saved. Homelander was the reason why Marie was framed. But then she wasn't there when he was being taken down. Also, she could have been used to heal. She healed her sister. I don't get why she wasn't used to heal Frenchie. Now, of course, it would have been, you know, a death or whatever. But at the same time, the death was off screen. It would like the cause of the death was off screen. Homelander put his hand through Frenchie's torso off screen. So everybody else, there was a massive discussion on Twitter how Frenchie actually, you know, like, well, did Homelander laser his dick? No, he just like one index finger through the torso off screen. So why wasn't the star of the canceled series there to heal just there to move to Canada. They brought them into the game and just put them on the bench and then just had to move to Canada. So you give Kimiko Soldier Boy's ability the last minute, but then the person who can actually do some serious damage to Homelander, you don't use her. Marie. Marie's super... She could do the blood bending... And you... None of this makes any sense. Kimiko got lasered in half, but then she just got blasted back in the final episode. She got lasered in half. Like Homelander, I'm not lying. She got lasered in half by Homelander at the Freedom Camp. I don't know, bro. This... the finale was weird, man. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, of course, I like the ending, but like, bro, the entire season was. And then on top of that, we had Dog Knot and the Cat Woman like sniffing each other's butts. Like, the anus jokes. The anus jokes just didn't stop. It just kept going. It just kept going. They just kept coming. It got to a point where it got obnoxious. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Oh, geez, bro. Disappointing for sure. But yeah, like, I don't know, bro. Like, nothing made sense in that finale. Or yeah, because they. Especially bringing in Gen V, bringing in the Gen V characters just to not use them and then move them to Canada so they can meet Deadpool and the rest of the Canadian heroes and probably Chris Van Vliet. I'm not understanding, but it's whatever, bro. The show's over. I'm not going to lie. The best season was probably season 3. And then 4 just felt like political filler more than ever. I mean, of course, the show was always going to be political, but they overdid it. And then this season 5 was just the fact that they just misused the boys like that is crazy though. Sorry, not misused the boys, misused Soldier Boy. They just brought him in to talk about, I had sex with this one person in 1956. Yeah, it was that's all he said, bro. And then the whole flip-flopping thing, and then just to have a supernatural reunion. It was so, I don't know, bro. I hated this season so much, bro. And I love the show. I bought the damn action figures, but man, this is not it. Homelander did less damage than Black Noir bro, if anything, Black Noir scorched the earth. It's whatever, bro. Let me know what you thought about the boys, though.